Hey everybody, welcome to Pure Snowrunner. Welcome back if you're a repeat offender. On today's episode, I am going to build a new truck if I don't have one. Let's go to the garage. Let's double check that we don't have one. Oh, we do. Well, good, then I don't have to build one. That'll save me the trouble. We're going to use the skinny guy today. Leave the fatty behind. Alright, so we're going to get objectives. Today's video I'm doing all of the tasks, not objectives, tasks. So bear with me. We're going to be covering some ground. I have to get a thumbnail somewhere along the line. I hate this path, but we have to go this way to get things done. There'll be some recovering. Around, but it's just going to make things quicker if I do it that way versus just I'm just going to get the paper scrolls to put them into a list. I've done this every single time at the beginning of all the maps. So we're going to get all the paper scrolls, tasks, and then we'll recover out and get our whatever, and then we'll start grinding away. I usually try to start with the bridges, landslides, stuff like that. So again, bear with me. If you can, I'll show you my routes. You can do it any way you want. If you want to just do it one at a time and then just knock them out, do it your way. This is just how I do it. I like to put them into a list and then just start knocking them out. You know, take the list out. But I also like to do the bridges and stuff to my main thoroughfares anyway. If it's not a main route, then it doesn't really matter too much. But if you're going to be using that route and you have to go around it every single time, it's going to slow you down. Whereas if you just repair it, you can get it out of the way. Okay, number one. Let's go. So I can tell you that there are, in total, 18 tasks for this map. That's just the task. And that's just for this map. But, one stipulation. There is one of the 18 that is locked. And it will not unlock until you do one of the other missions. Once that mission is complete, okay, I'm going to show you where I'm at. I went up and over top of the cult. So now, in order to get up here, to get to our bridges, go this way. There's a little spot right there. Right there. And we're going to come across this. I'm going to run down and grab this bridge. Come back this way and grab that bridge. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to grab this bridge. I'm just going to grab that bridge. That's it. I can't cross it because it's out. But I'm going to show you that spot. So, easy coming across here. Be careful so you don't fall in the water. There are no winch points. So, keep that in mind. You're too far out from land to get yourself saved. Now, that spot I was talking about, you can get up right between these trees. As long as I can get this thing to turn, which it should if I just get squared up here. Oh, I don't want it to be in high gear. All you gotta do is drive up that hill. That's it. Now we can go. Now it's a nice open area. It might be a little powder snow, but it's not too bad. And it's a nice flat area. I found that is the easiest way to get up here. Because when you're going to do the bridges, this one and this one, at least initially, you're going to need to get to this warehouse to get materials. So that is the easiest way to get your work truck up here, and you only need one with a flatbed and a crane. You could use the semi-trailer or trailer if you want to, as long as you don't mind hooding something. By hooding it, I mean putting it under a crane and putting it up on the roof, or even putting it on the back of the truck, double stacking your load. Is there a mission here? No. I'm just double checking. So, again, do it that way. It's just the easiest way. When I start doing these things, you'll see. It'll be 100% explained. Right now, I just gotta get this bridge. And I really wish I could get this other one over here, but it's not gonna work that way. There's no way to jump across. If there was an Evel Knievel way to just like launch over top of that bridge, over top the ice crack down there, I would probably try it. Like, come down here and just send it across the river somehow. That doesn't work. So we're going to recover out and we're going to leave. We're going to make it later in the day. And off we go. Make sure we're in all-wheel drive. I'm going to show you that shortcut again. I'm just going to be using that. Come out of the garage, turn right. Cross the bridge, turn left. My path is still here. This will get wore down for you until you leave and come back into the game. Like when you leave and save the game and come back in, then it won't be there anymore. But I believe you me, it's gonna get it's gonna get used if you do it the way I do it. There's other ways, but I found this to be the easiest for sure. It gets a little sketchy because this thing likes to bounce around a lot, but gear your transmission a little bit and it's not so bad. Again, there are 18, but you only get to do 17 until one of them unlocks. So right now we're going for 17 tasks. We've got 2. We got 15 more to go. We'll be getting them all. It is still the same day. It's still the 25th of August. In case you're wondering what today it is. Today's date is. But this will be the last video, because I have to get breakfast in yet before I go to work. So hopefully this won't take too long. We're not doing any of the tasks. We're just going to drive around the map, essentially. Little guided tour. Alright. We'll have some broken springs and probably some other damage by the time we're done with this whole scenario. If you have any questions or comments about any of this, feel free to leave it down below in the comments and I will get back to you ASAP. Alright. I'm actually going to go this way. I know there's a right here, but I'm going to come around this side and do it. No, you know what? I am going to go that way. Back up. I'm going to show you guys a spot that you're going to have to be very careful in when you come over here to do this mission. Say you wanted to do it and you looked it up and now you're watching my video and you're like, okay, I need whatever it is, planks or service parts or whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to trick it. But right in this, where I just drove through, you're not going through there. No. So we have to back up and go this way. But this section, we're going through in reverse. Right through here. As you can see, it leans. And if you're hauling anything, you have to be very careful not to just, as I go through it in reverse. But I'm not hauling anything, so it's not being affected too bad about the center of gravity. Just be careful through there. Alright, up we go. So that was what? 1, 2. My counting these. We've hit 1, we've hit 2, we've hit 3, we've hit 4. Coming up on the 5th one. This one's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. And we're going to have to backtrack. Once we get it, we'll have to come back through anyway. We've been this way when we did the upgrades. Or not the upgrade. When I did the last video. When I found the towers. This was my route. I always see my tracks. 17 of these. I think we're at 4. Coming up on 5. Alright. And I have no... What do you call it? I don't know why they make it go this way. Like... This isn't like a main road. You know, I think they're just throwing missions in to throw missions in. It's like, oh, it looks like a path. We better put a tree down on there, and then we're going to block it off. So make them, like, we can get around this. But, we'll make them fix that. That's a mission. Boom. You know, it's like they ran out of ideas. You know, I get a bridge. But there's a lot of it I don't get, you know. In case you're wondering, we are coming up on the backside. It's a landslide on the quarry, or near the quarry. I don't know. I think it's later in the game. We do eventually get to the quarry. But, yeah. Anywho. Now I'm headed back this way. Back across the ice. And we're going to hope to get over to here. Without falling through. I'm going to try to go along the edge, but let's get turned around here. We did get that, yep. Okay. I just need to get a thumbnail for the video. And I want to get one that's not deep in the heart of Texas over here. You know what? That'll work. I just want to get a quick pick, and I got narrow tires on this one, so it's not the big fat tire thing. Quick pick. And there. We'll save. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, I forgot to turn all that off. Okay, let's go. We got stuff to do, like I have to go to work yet today. This is like the final week for them to get stuff shipped out, so they need all hands on deck. At least in the shipping department. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't went the wrong way. I don't know what they're going to do once I move out of that department. Which is apparently next week. Be Tuesday because Monday's Memorial or Labor Day and I have off. So that's one thing I don't miss about when I worked retail. You had to work the holidays. And didn't get paid anything extra for doing it. Any other place you work, if you work a holiday, you get extra for working the holiday. You know, a little overtime, little bonus, time and a half maybe for the day because you're working on days that whatever. But not where I worked. Nope. It was just a regular day. Regular pay for the regular day. Alright, so that should have been 5. That means we have 12 left. Somewheres around this map. We have 12 locations to get to yet. Okay. Now, we need to get over to that one over there. I'm not going to beeline it across. Like, what you call it? I don't want to break through. Slow down. We don't need a tire dipping. Or popping a breaking a spring or tipping me over. Alright. I made it across to this side. Now we're just going to climb up through here. Y'all don't have to go this way. You can take the main road if you'd like. Actually, I've never gone this way, so this is all new road to me. I typically, like on my playthrough, when I was just playing, I just got to it when I got to it, you know. But that wasn't too bad. There's only one task down this little path, and that's right there. And unfortunately, there's no other location to trigger that. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of them, you have two places you can trigger a mission, which I'll explain to you coming up here. We'll have multiple, two locations and a couple of them that we can use to trigger the mission. I can tell you that back here in this location is your sawmill, lumber mill. So you can get unlimited wooden planks back here without having to haul logs back here. You know what I'm saying? So like the other ones, you had to haul logs to a sawmill that would cut up the logs, you know, like on the last one, where you took logs, or I took logs and made 12 wooden planks out of one set of long logs. You don't have to do that on this one. You can just come back here and get planks. It's just a pain in the butt to get back here. Okay, so like if I drove over to, well, that's a paper scroll. I think you have to unlock it. So you have to do the means of production in order to unlock the sawmill part of it. Okay, so that's 6. Back it up. Now we're headed back out again. Back out the way we came in. And I'm just going to go through the middle. I was going to go to the right, but I don't know if I trust that. It might be softer over there than I want it to be and get stuck. It's like they're trying to trap you. Not to mention with these skinny tires, it fits in there pretty good. Oop, let's slow it down a little bit. Oh, it fits through there pretty well. It's getting to get dark here shortly, so I have to switch that out too. Alright, let's crank this son of a bitch up. So that's 6, I said. Which means we have 11 more to get. I'm just going to go along the edge here. I don't like getting stuck up. I've gotten tangled up in these branches, so be careful with that. I've gotten tangled up in there and had incidences. So keep aware of that. So now we're headed back. Again, we're back out of there. We're going to go across. We're not going to do that cargo thing, but we are going to cross this swamp to here. I'm just going to set some waypoints quick to here. Make a race out of it. This is like GTA making a race, you know, pop some checkpoints. Barefoot cobbler. We'll backtrack. Come back here, up to the top, closer to heaven. Oops, not quite that far out. Come through the treacherous area, this area here. Work our way down. Again, we could have gotten these while I was driving. Get that bridge. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do from there. No spoilers. Alright, let's go. However that many I just got there. We'll see. I think we just got 6. We have 7 more to go. Okay, be careful on this spot. It does lean and bounce and whatever. Again, time of day. Bright lights. So once you get that bridge repaired, you can come across this way. That bridge back there. So if you need to get this way, this is another route. Like I said, you can either go across this way, across this ice, through here, through this, or you can go the way I'm going now, by going over this bridge, across this little area, and then across this. But it seems easy right now, but I don't know which one is easier, which route. I'm going to go to the right. Is the quickest. I mean, this doesn't seem as muddy. But I am using a little scout vehicle as opposed to a truck loaded with metal rolls or metal beams or whatever the case may be. There's my mission. Let's grab that. Our task, sorry. Come back for you. Man, we's bouncing all over the place. And now we're in quicksand / snow. It's just, like I said, it's a half a dozen of one and 6 of the other as far as which way is the best way to get through here. So, you decide however you want to do it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, if you're new to the channel is all Snowrunner. Hence the name Pure Snowrunner. I pull no punches. I tried to show you the easiest way to get things done. In my opinion. Again, my opinion doesn't really mean much to some people. But to some people it does. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't put you through the paces. You're going to see how I do it. And if you've been struggling doing it, again, this is late in the game already, and you've probably already gone through this map. But you could look at it and go, oh, I should have done it that way. It would have been so much easier. You know what I'm saying? But we're almost there. We're almost across this soft, powdery crap. But I think it's the same going that way. So, again, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's the same thing, roughly. Alright. So that was 7, right? 6, 7. 5 was that one. 6 was the one in the lumber yard. 7 was the one in the there. Now we're coming up on 8. And out of 17. Let's crank up the speed a little bit. I got stuff to do. Sorry. It's like I have time, but I want to have time for other stuff too, you know. Alright, you will be using this trailer for a mission. So don't steal anything off of it. Just leave it. And luckily for you, or be careful when you run up on that. Sometimes when it drops, because it's kind of just hanging there, waiting for you to discover it, it will drop and tip over. So be sure when you come this way, you bring something that has a crane on it, so that it doesn't just tip over and leave you stranded, not having the ability to put your stuff back on. You know what I'm saying? I usually have a crane with me on one of my vehicles, except for heavy hauler stuff. You know, you can't put a crane on there if you got the heavy saddle high, essentially. Anything else you can put a crane on, at least on the vehicles that I use. If you're wondering what this vehicle is, it is a Lodestar 8 or 1700 JBE edition. Again, even with these skinnies, they are studded. You can see the little studs on the tires. So these tires are good for all terrain, every terrain, ice, snow, whatever, dirt, mud, whatever. They're rated at excellent on every terrain. So they're not really highway tires. They're a little bit of everything. Whereas in the beginning of the game, boy, you try to run them highway tires on that Sleet Star, boy, oh boy, that's a struggle in the beginning. Any of those vehicles when you're running them highway tires in Michigan. And I don't know if you guys and gals and whoever have noticed that as you go through the game, the mud is different. It's a little different physics. It's like when you first start, it's like, at least it seems to me. Maybe it's just in my head. It seems to me that, like in the beginning, anywhere in the Michigan map, it's not too bad. Not really. You know, they break you in then the game. It's like, oh, we're going to start them off slow. We're going to have them do these with this. Which is good because you really don't have any upgraded vehicles. You're at level 1. You don't have the capability to unlock the good stuff. Unless you use these kinds of vehicles. And you bought like the bigger packs for Snowrunner, where they give you a bunch of free vehicles, and then I just went like in the beginning and I sold them all and used that money to buy vehicles that I really wanted to use. You know, I didn't mod any money in. You know, in the beginning, if you want to go back and check those videos out, you can see for yourself. I did not mod any money in. And be sure to sell all the trailers too. If you need money, go around the maps and find trailers that you don't need, because they should have trailers somewhere on the side. These are all missions. Maybe I don't have trailers. Like this, sideboard trailer, wherever that's at. You could probably sell that trailer, unless you need it for a mission. But there's certain maps that have a crap ton of... You could spend a half a day or a whole day just going around and selling the trailers. Provided you don't need it for a mission, it won't let you sell it. It won't let you sell it if you need it for a mission. It'll say something about this, something required, da-da-da-da-da-da. So it won't let you just sell the trailer. And then if you take fuel trailers, like the little scout fuel trailers, if you take those and they're empty, they won't take them. Oh no, they'll take them. They'll take those. But if you're trying to use it for a mission, say you needed to deliver a scout fuel trailer, and you were borrowing, in air quotes, some of the fuel out of it, here and there, you know, as long as it's half full or better, you're good to go. If it gets below that line, they probably won't accept it. I'm just telling you by experience that they won't take it. You have to take it somewhere, get it refueled, take it to a fuel station, whatever, and bring it back. They won't accept it if it's empty, or partially empty, or half empty. All right, so there was no task down there, right? No. We got a bunch of these things we got to worry about. So that was which one? 8, 9? Was that 9? I don't know. I'm losing track here. Again, I could have gotten these when I came through here before getting the towers. And if I were, I almost missed that one. If I were to have done that, I guess it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it wouldn't have been a video for me. Because of the way I do the things I do. Again, I like to put all my ducks in a row, all my eggs in the baskets, and organized, you know. Create a list, and then start knocking the list out. There is a bridge underneath this, or like wooden planks underneath this. I don't know if you can see. Kinda, it's like rock. Then you got some mud, wooden planks. Yeah, for like a bridge. So you're not gonna drown or nothing coming through here. Just be careful of the trees and roots. So this might be 10 already, coming up on 10. Because I think just got 9. Oh, that was 10, I think. That might have been 10. We need 17. It's going to get dark here again, so I got to change time of day again. It happens so fast. When I get this one up here, I'll count them up, make sure. I know I didn't miss any, but I want to count up to see where I'm at for numbers. Be careful, again, be careful on this spot up here, because it will ruin your day if you tip over in here. I just kind of shoot for it, generally. Luckily, well, I shouldn't say that. Let's say luckily, when you come across that with some logs, that's when you're... This is a bad area right here. But when you come across with that, with some logs, which may or may not have to happen. Whew, man, it's gonna be a long day today. Might need some caffeine. Again, I am recording these in advance, so you guys ain't seeing this. You all ain't seeing this until sometime in November, first part of November. First week, second week, somewhere in there. But the actual date is the 25th of August. So. Timed events I don't really concern myself with, because you have to go to this location in order to start that. Deal up. I can't do anything with that. That's cargo management. Here is my task for hard to reach places. Okay, so now we're getting to this bridge, and then we're going to come up this hill and get this landslide on the highway. So as I was saying about the multiple locations, you got at the apex. This is you could trigger the mission up here or over here. Same with this one. You got unlucky expedition. You could trigger it here or here. 2 locations. I am going to grab them over here. It's so much easier than trying to climb up to these locations. But I will get this, and then I'm going to recover out, and then we're going to take a different route to get across all this stuff. But let's count them up. We need 17. We started at the garage. Gotta find the garage. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We drove over to this one. I made 6. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. 7. Up here, 8, 9, 10 was that one, yes. So now we just at 11. Just got 11. The bridge is 12, 13, and then we're going to recover. So 13 is this one. So when we get to that one, we know we only have 4 left to get. All right. So we did get that one, right? Back it up. Yes. All right. Off we go. But again, there's one that you cannot get. Out of 18, there's one that you can't get. That's why you end up with 17. Ooh, that was risky. There are no winch points. So if I'd have taken it down right there, I'd have just recovered out. Because there's no winch points that I would have had to recover. Let's go to morning. Get a little early morning. It's going to change to light. We're going to be recovering anyway, so. Careful along these rocks. All that good stuff. So that was 11. Climb the hill. I'm going to grab this one. Oops, a little more. 12. Now we're going to climb this hill. I'm going to make it daytime more bright. Brighter, more bright. This hill that we're climbing, you're going to be using this route, however you want to say it, multiple times. So be very careful. This is unforgiving terrain. You will hit a dip and flip and flop, and it's treacherous when you're hauling stuff. You'll see, because it will be hauling stuff. It just gets... Make sure you do it very carefully. Hit your high points. You will ruin your day if you're going to spend 20 minutes reloading your stuff on here. Again, we're not doing speed runs. I'm just trying to show you the most proficient way to do stuff. It's not like we're doing a speed run on Snowrunner. Okay, so that's 13. Recover. Leave. Still gonna go with skinny here. So now we need to get over here. So we're gonna go across this, over to here. That is a shortcut. Be careful when you use said shortcut. So that should be 14. That's the same. 15, 16, and 17. But again, when I'm going to show you this, I don't know how I turn that off or why. But when you come across this area here, you're going to be coming up through this area. First of all, the ice crossing is treacherous, so be careful with that. Not to mention this leans the terrain. As you can see, my truck is leaning. So say you wanted to haul logs or something across, not recommended. It's very tempting to try to do this and shortcut the whole thing. But the ice breaks, and then you'll be stuck over here. No winch points, because you're on the ice. This is a light vehicle. This is just a little scout vehicle. So it's not as bad as a big Voron or your PM17 or your Fleet Stars and stuff like that. Whatever you're using as your work trucks. If you try to cross that, you may regret it. Just saying. Alright, we're going to cut through here. There's actually a trail here. get through this stuff here. Alright. Boom. 14? Yeah, 14. Now we can just truck along. We're not doing too bad. We only had 40 minutes to get all the tasks. Not much time. Not much left to get. And again, we're getting them all, and I'll show you that when we're done. When I'm done. I didn't really bring up any topics like your favorite list or your worst mission or whatever. I was just focused on this kind of stuff. And I didn't have to build another one of these, so that's a good thing. Again, I could have triggered it right here too. The same one that's right here. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Now when you get up here, you're going to have to go around this. Take the bridge. This bridge is out. You'll see it here shortly. The bridge is out. You can't go that way. And one wrong mistake in that area. I've tipped over loads before. Even coming through here. Because they have these rocks strategically placed. Just be careful how you come through here. Especially when you're hauling stuff. Which you will be. 100%. Just take the path. Can't go that way. I just see the bridge is out. Yeah, it's spinning, that snow's flying and everything's going all over the place. Oh. Whew. Just let it settle itself out. And as long as he wasn't driving like a maniac, we made it just fine. Yeah, you're not going to get across that bridge. You're not going to Dukes of Hazzard it. Because they got metal barriers in the way. Or guardrails or Jersey rails, or whatever you want to call it, blocking it off. Alright. We'll go take the road path over here. So we're at 13. And, oops, brakes. 14. Down this road. Was it 14? 15? 16. Because the last one is the bridge. 13. This is 16. This is 17 over here. I counted them off before. And the final one. Booyah. So now we'll count them up. Make sure we got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. That's all of them. So now everything's all in a nice little list. And you start doing your bridges. I will probably start with this one. And this one. It'll be, one per video, of course. And then I'll do the landslides. Because those are right there. And then I'll work my way to the highway one. And then I'll work my way down to these two. One at a time, of course. So that's going to take a while. And then we can work on this, because this is an actually easy one. We'll do that one. And then we'll start knocking out these other ones. So yeah, we got a long grind ahead of us. But welcome to the Urska River. And our journey is about to begin with these missions. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm just going to recover out. For now, I'm going to retain it. Let's go to global map. Oh, local map. Actually, hold on. Let's get a flatbed for our beginning stages of the game. Alright. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to know what this vehicle is, it's a Volrandi. Look in the upper left-hand corner. The Volrandi 53233. Again, it has the studded tires. It has the crane and flatbed. All that stuff. It's a workhorse. It's my baby. But again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. I will get back to you ASAP. And thank you so much for watching. Check out the links down below. Link to my Twitch channel if you're so inclined, and the fan mail page if you'd like to send me something. Keep it appropriate, please. If you'd like to tip your waiter, send me a thank you card, whatever. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye, everybody.